No CNCs, no computers helping us in our builds. We hand make everything here. A little bit dangerous machines.
Welcome to the Good Hustle Podcast. I'm your host, John Henry. Today we have a great episode. We are visiting Carmine Street Guitars in the West Village of New York City. Rick Kelly and Cindy Hulej. They are two custom guitar makers that do amazing work and are world-renowned. Rick has had this shop for over 45 years, and if you're in the area, make sure you stop around the corner, also at John's on Bleecker, which is the best pizza in the city. Come, watch, enjoy, and learn some really cool history about how guitars are made in the city of New York.
Welcome to Carmine Street Guitars. We hand make guitars out of old New York City building wood, amongst other old growth woods, but we're really known for that here. No CNCs, no computers helping us in our builds. We hand make everything here. The help of some old school pin routers and things like that, but little bit dangerous machines. This is the front shop. So this is kind of our showroom and kind of studio type area where people can try out the guitars and stuff. We used to actually sell a lot of vintage and consignment and other brands, and during COVID we sort of decided to flip the whole store around and just carry our stuff, which has been great. And people kind of have a lot of options here now in terms of neck shapes, sizes, different electronics. You know, they can try all these out. So
What's in the window here?
yeah, this is actually really cool. This is something Rick carved back in the 70s. So I don't know if he told you about a little bit of his background, but he was actually in art school originally. So when he went to college, he got into mica down in Maryland, and he wanted to be a sculptor. And that brass sculpture down there, that's actually Rick's from back then. But while he was going to school, he realized that you needed a lot of money to build up a sculpture portfolio. You know, those materials are tons of money, and he didn't have it. So he started going to farmers auctions and stuff down there, and he started working with wood. And that's how he got into dulcimer making. And so he was carving all kinds of stuff back then on the farm. And he's still got a few pieces from back then. But yeah, he made about probably, I think he said, 200 to 300 dulcimers. And he used to do the juried craft fairs up in Rhinebeck, New York. And, you know, just to make some money on the side. And eventually he got a job at the Smithsonian, teaching instrument making and laying marquetry and all that.
So he has a big job.
And that's when he was moving more to like acoustics, and then electrics and solid bodies followed, and basses soon after that. And he kind of stuck with that. But these are the first three, electrics that he did.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
That was before you could get logos made or anything. So
That's
really he made just a guitar that he hand cut, and yeah. So those are really cool. What else is here?
I love this. He said this was made out of a bench.
Oh, yeah. So this is actually
the bench.
This is half of the bench. So this bench was like double in size at least. And what happened was our neighbors around the block down Bleecker Street. I don't know who doesn't know this, but the pizza guy on YouTube,
Dave Portnoy.
Dave.
Yeah.
You know, he named this area the pizza capital of New York because we got Spunto, Numero, Joe's, and John's on Bleecker. So we got this from John's. One of our clients / sort of, he's like family to us. He's got like 15 of our builds or something. He sent me a message with Stooping NYC on Instagram that John's is throughout the benches. And I was like, oh my God, it was an hour ago. Johnny and Rick ran over there with the dolly and ended up getting some wood. And then our friend Aaron was here, and they sent us for the rest of it. So me and Aaron got like a bench, and they got a bench, and we brought everything back. But Rick took this one down about half the size, and we've been using the wood for some of them. So yeah, Rick built this one, but I did the pizza, I did all the inlays.
Yeah.
The pizza inlays and the flag inlay. Yeah.
Which is where I'm going to be eating lunch after. So
yeah, they got another one in there now. They got us up on the wall in there. We didn't even know. I know somebody came in and told us. We were like, what? But yeah, we do really traditional builds, and then we do really crazy builds for people. Some people see a lot of sort of T styles in here and say, "Oh, why do you only make Fender inspired stuff or something?" But we can really do anything. This is kind of a great example. This was a good friend. He was like family too. He had about 30 of our custom guitars, and he was just a big fan of our work. And he would come up with all these ideas, a bit eccentric, but different and cool. And he wanted a compound bow guitar that he could practice on, that, if he wanted to ever, which he wasn't, you could shoot the arrows across the strings and so play. So we actually have a video of Rick shooting that in the back into a cardboard box full of cardboard. It goes.
And I'm a big archery guy.
Play, yeah. I'll show you the video.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And then we of course have Tilly back there.
I saw that too.
Coney Island tribute. Yeah, his eyes are the volume and tone knobs. That's the second version. Yeah, that's the second version that Rick did of that, Steeplechase. He loves the history on Tilly and how, the Joker face actually developed from
that. Yes.
That. Yeah, which is cool.
And then these are all ones that you guys literally just have for sale right now, or he said everything?
Everything pretty much is for sale. It's just that some stuff are more, built with something more limited, or something like that. So some get pretty pricey, but Rick usually has stuff available for about $3,200 here. And my shop builds, when I put them out every 3 months or so, they usually start at about $3,800, $4,200.
Yeah.
Or so. But my customs start at $4,200 as well. I'm in about a year and a half wait. But I'm working on like 3 to 5 at a time. So,
which I think is a fair price for something like that, because obviously things are so machine done today. You just to get handmade stuff is very, very hard.
All you have to do is call Fender Custom Shop and ask them for a quote on something. There's a huge difference between our pricing and
really.
Yeah. I mean, you could see some of even the limited edition things they do. They're like $25,000 or something, and they have the help of computers too. A little bit there. I've never been to the custom shop. I'm not putting those guys down at all. I know some of them, they're cool, but it's not like what we're doing. We're in New York City too.
Yeah.
People with the reel that you saw, I see all these people trying to guess my income and stuff, and it's like, you have no idea. You have no idea,
though. Like, I think that's funny.
I know. It's just, because the guy asked me how much.
Yeah, the first thing they asked
work with me, which makes sense. I get why people were trying to figure out, but it's a lot, and I think that's more than fair pricing to start.
I could not agree more. I think it's great.
I think I'm being more than fair, and I put everything in every single one of my builds, and there's not one like whatever you're getting in the entire world. I don't replicate any of my work either. So.
And you obviously play as well.
I play. I'm starting to play again. I grew up playing. My dad played for 40 years. So.
That's what you said. Yeah, I heard that.
But yeah, so I'm Johnny, and my first shows May 28th at Bowery Electric, and I'm very nervous.
Really? It's coming up May 28th?
Part of me is not, but I haven't played live or anything since I was a teenager, so I'm used to being behind the scenes in the wood shop. But I'm not, if I was going to do it with anybody, it'd be him, so I'm really happy.
And he's your husband, obviously.
And he's my husband.
And what kind of music do you guys play typically?
It's sort of post-punky, gothy inspired. It's just us two on Cindy guitars and that, and backing bass and drums for now, because we're just working from home and we're busy.
Yeah.
We don't have time for a proper band and don't really want it. We kind of want to figure out our style together first.
Which I think is important. Yeah, and I run.
We're just having fun with stuff, experimenting with pedals and stuff and things like that.
Well, the shop's really cool.
Thanks.
And you said he did this one as well down here?
Yeah, he had all these drips hanging from the ceiling and then all of them coming up from the ground.
That's pretty
These ones are shiny from the kids always walking through them throughout the year.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. What else?
Well, what are these ones?
Those are bodies. I think let me ask Rick, what year did you make the those two on the bench there, the carved top rosewood?
Those right there.
What yeah.
These are from the 80s.
And they're rosewood?
One's Paduke, the red one, and the other one's rosewood over maple.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, those are cool. And these pickups he calls volcano pickups because of how he hand carves them.
Oh yeah.
Look at the one behind here too. You can
Oh
really
my
see it
gosh,
there.
look at it.
So he's been doing that since the 70s. And you can see a lot of the builds up there too that he started.
Oh,
Had
yeah.
that kind of base
Oh yeah, right there.
out.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, these are really neat.
Yeah.
The brass on there.
Yeah, Rick made those three. He made that pickguard and the plate, but this engraving is actually hand done by our friend out in California, Tay Terrera. He's incredible, but yeah, he hand engraved all that. So that one's a little bit more up there too in price. Beautiful work though. He works on a lot of motorcycles and stuff like that. Really.
Now look at the Irish one too. Oh, here's some more of these.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, those are. Oh, he doesn't have the eagle out here.
Oh, what kind of style was this one?
Oh yeah, this one's cool. Oh, these are T styles.
Okay.
These are like inspired by the Fender Telecasters.
Gotcha.
See, the thing is with them, their headstocks are illegal, so we don't do illegal headstocks. But the body shapes aren't. So you see a lot of Tellies and Strats out there because that shape isn't patented. Like the Les Paul is. If you want to make a Les Paul, you got to change the horn on it.
That's what he said. You have to actually change this piece here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be able to basically take wood away or something if it's too close looking. So you got to make sure there's enough scooped out somewhere that you can't make it into that shape.
We said there's like a lot of lofties that have gone through on.
But yeah, for sure. This one's cool though. Check this out. Look at his head.
Oh wow!
When you're getting ready,
it lights up.
When you're really getting ready to shred. Yeah, this is one of Rick's. I think this one was 76 or 78. He calls this the Stonewash Eagle.
What's the Kelly mean?
That's his name, Rick Kelly.
Oh, that's his last name. Duh, I knew that. No, I'm gonna edit that because I knew that. So
I keep that in.
Yeah, I'll keep it in. Yeah, I'll keep it in because I'm dumb. It's fine. Listen, I have no shame.
Oh, it's all right.
I have no shame. I have
It takes me 3 or 4 times to learn people's names.
What's your last name?
Hulej.
Marriage.
Nobody can ever get mine right. Yes,
H-U-
check. I'm checking Scottish.
H?
Hulej.
Oh my gosh, Hulej.
Yeah, just check.
Oh, I didn't even see these up top.
That's the graveyard.
The graveyard?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
That's sort of
Does he make these?
self-explanatory. No, they're just ones that Rick's collected over the years that we're just kind of keeping around. Like, eventually, hopefully, fix some of them up proper, but not right now. Yeah, and that's about it for the shop. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff here, but it would take days to
go through it all. You get a lot of people that come in from the city to get guitars made, or is it everywhere?
Everywhere, yeah. We send guitars all over the world. So a movie was so popular around the world that people have, been aware of what we do from pretty much everywhere. We got huge followings in Japan.
She said it was on YouTube. She said, what was it called?
Carmine Street Guitars, the movie.
She said it was like 45 minutes or something.
It's 90-minute movie.
Oh, 90 minutes. Okay. No, that's on my next agenda I'll just watch that on the train ride home today.
Oh yeah, it's awesome movie. It's fun. It used to be on Delta Airlines for 2 years. So people would come in right off the airport. They come visit.
That's actually really neat.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Who made the movie?
Well, it was a combination. I mean, Ron Mann made the movie, but it was him and Jim Jarmusch, the other filmmaker, were our buddies, and they were at a Big Year festival, and a lot of guys there were playing my guitars, and Ron said, "Who's this guy, Rick Kelly?" And Jim said, "Oh, he's over on Carmine Street. You got to go check that place out. Maybe you should make a film about them. It's really a unique thing that they do, So Ron came over and fell in love with the place and us. Decided to make a movie about it.
How long ago was that?
I guess it was 10 years or so more. I always forget the date. 2018.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, 2018, I had a video maker who's now doing a lot of stuff. I'm 16 and a half years sober. So he did a documentary for me on where I became a drug addict, like the actual location. And it was really fun to do. Very emotional to kind of go back to a place I hadn't been in 20 years, but
Definitely different circumstances.
Yeah, very different. Because it was like literally my 10-year anniversary of sobriety when I had that done. It was September of 2018. So yeah, about the same time period. Yep. Now, do you make your own stains?
Yeah, we make our own shellac here from flakes. We buy the flakes, shellac flakes, and then you dissolve them in denatured alcohol, create your own finish. But it's an ancient finish from the lac bug. It's been around for centuries. They've used it on classical guitars a lot. Called a French polish, they call it. They put it on with cheesecloth and layer it on.
With cheesecloth, no doubt.
They just rub it in with cheesecloth.
Do you use that too sometimes?
No, I like the brush better.
Yeah.
It goes on much quicker. If you're looking for a real high gloss finish and you got a month to put it on,
Then use the cheesecloth, right?
yeah, then you can do it that way. It works fine.
Do you know where that wood came from?
This wood here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all from the Bowery, 295, the old McGurk Suicide Hall.
What's that?
It was originally a building built in 1850 for returning soldiers from the Civil War. And then, of course, it became a brothel. And then the guy who had the bar on the first floor, John McGurk, he kind of played up the fact that then there were some of the girls in the brothel committed suicide, and then he called his place Suicide Hall, and then that became famous as John McGurk's Suicide Hall.
Wow, that's neat.
And that kind of went on as the name of the place, and he sort of tried to bring people from uptown, downtown to see how the other half lived, and they would come down to his place. And the other one down the block, which I also got wood from, which was Sammy's Bowery File Piece. That's on 217, and he's on 295. 217, yeah, that was one of the oldest cabaret clubs. I think it opened in the 1800s, and it was there till the 70s.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
See, I think that's like when I meet people like you, I think that's the coolest thing, especially when I get to travel, because I do a lot of traveling. It's like hearing the stories that other people just don't. You would never know unless you talk to somebody that's local.
Look it up and stuff and find out or hearsay, whatever. But yeah, there's an actual YouTube video on that place too. It's just a video. It's the Bowery Boys. I think they have a bunch of videos on 295, 270. Bowery Sammy Follies. Yeah, great photos of it too with other characters that goes hand girls, kind of stuff.
I mean, it was pretty popular. What do they say? It's the world's oldest profession. Is basically prostitution. So do you live close?
Yeah, just a few blocks.
Yeah, I ate at Oli something last night.
Where?
The Italian restaurant. It's not far from here. I forget the name of it. It was it's right off of Christopher. It was awesome. Like really good food.
Yeah, I don't ever go to restaurants anywhere. I live so close. I just cook for myself.
Yeah.
Restaurants.
It's ridiculous right now.
Nuts, huh?
It's amazing how great of a steak I can cook at home in comparison to going to a restaurant and spending like $98 on a piece of meat.
I know.
Actually, we buy a lot from Sam's Club at home.
Uh-huh.
They have really good meat.
Yeah, Costco, Sam's Club, they all stock it. Remember, I have a Trader Joe's right near me now. Well, I was looking at, they had these racks of lambs, just like piles of them going into the zone, into the sales area.
Yeah.
A lot of meat.
So how many layers do you typically do when you're doing these?
Well, it depends on a piece too. This is really a pretty soft piece, so it's sucking up the iron really fast.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like it's really
it's already drying and sucking it up in some places.
So you might have to do 3 coats on that.
Yeah, I'll just keep on over as first coat. But I'm usually putting on 3 to make a 1 coat, and then I'll let that dry and sand it. Go back for more.
Are you typically working on one at a time?
I usually do one a week. Yes.
Okay.
I try to. I'll cut 3 bodies at a time.
Right.
Usually I'll start with 3 and then finish one at a time after that. There's no specific thing. Sometimes just do a bunch at a time.
And how long, so I'm going to talk to Cindy today about, which I'll film that, but when I'm going to order this, I'll tell her hey, I want to do a guitar. And then when does the design process actually start with you guys?
Well, you should tell her what you want as far as design. I mean, artwork and all, you can give her ideas and she can come up with sketches and go back and forth. But you should tell her if you want a Strata or Telly or whatever first. Make up your mind on the shape you like and, pick up stuff. That's the kind of thing. Most people usually think about that a lot before they, jump in and place an order, because you don't want to have to call up and say, oh, I really want to put a different pickup in the neck or something. Once she's got it routed and stuff, there's no going back too much.
Yeah.
So it's better to make your decisions first and make sure you know what you want.
So what would be like a Gibson Les Paul? What would that design be like?
We don't do those. We're not allowed to make Gibson Les Paul.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
Gibson Les Pauls are protected.
Like the shape of the guitar, is it the shape or is it the whole thing? Because I don't know guitars very well. I'm sorry.
Modify it and then that would be fine. I think the only thing you really have to change on a Les Paul is this pointy horn.
Really?
Yeah, if you make a point out of it, then you're okay. They can't come after you. And that just happened recently. Before, it was up to a judge to decide if he were to take you to court. But they do. They go after people, and they say, all right, you'd make a court date if you're not going to. Wow. So. And, the headstocks are protected. You can't do exact Fender headstock.
Yeah.
But SGs, can't do those anymore. They just won this lawsuit.
Who's SG?
SG is Gibson, too.
Okay.
Yeah. Gibson SGs, Firebirds, Explorers, and Les Pauls are all protected now.
Well, maybe it's one of the reasons people they'll keep coming to you for years to come because of the fact that you're so custom.
Yeah, it's you can get whatever you want. And if you like that design, fine, we can do it, but we have to just change the horn a little bit.
Yeah.
But, we specialize in these guitars, mostly Tellys. Tellys are, the first guitar design, really. It's Leo Fender's first design. It was his partner, George Fullerton, who actually designed the guitar in the beginning, in the 40s.
What are you working on now?
This one?
Yeah. I like that answer. That thing's cool. So all the wood comes from the city, basically.
Yeah. New York City wood, which is all old, bro.
Wow. How long's Cindy been here?
About 13 years.
Oh, so she's been doing this for a long time as well.
She just did number 100. She's passed that.
I saw that on her video that she was getting ready to work on number 100. How many have you made? Any idea?
I don't know. I mean, I only numbered the first 100 of the Bowery Pines, and that was, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. I've been, I make about one a week, so about 50 a year.
Wow.
Been doing it for 50 years.
So 50 times 50, so yeah.
Another guitar.
At 2,500 probably. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. It's, it's all old growth trees that were here when only the Indians lived here. These were giant white pines. And, it just is the best wood you could possibly get for a guitar, sound-wise.
Is it like a deeper sound or richer?
It's warm, but it's very resonant, and that's the key. Because it's soundboard wood. It's the same wood you would have on a piano soundboard or a cello or a violin top or every acoustic guitar ever made always had a cedar, spruce, or pine top on it.
I never realized that.
Soundboard, yeah. Vibrations go through them better. Yeah, I worked on that guitar the other day. It's the same guy.
Fit to the back of it too, because she kept trying to climb up it and she couldn't. She didn't have anything. We have 3 cats and a turtle.
I have 2 cats and 2 dogs, so.
Yeah.
Roland didn't get into it?
Oh yeah, they both were. They were like, "Oh my god, what is this? Is this mine?" Dahlia tried to fit into one of the holes on the bottom and stopped.
What is
they
it?
can't get in those. They're not big enough. I told you. What?
What did they make? What did you make?
Oh, Rick was working on this cat tree thing. This like cat tree thing. We're finishing building at home.
And they know it's theirs, which is like, they got this for us.
I'll show you the videos later. They're long. Blixa? I haven't seen. Did Blixa go out last night? Maybe.
In the middle of the night? He must have went out and checked it out when you were sleeping.
Dahlia was on top of it. Roland, I don't know if he went on it yet, but Dahlia's been on it. Yeah.
What are you working on with that?
I'm just we're putting the basic kind of outline of this on here.
This will get attached to a guitar?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're just making these for fun. Because it's leftover wood from the Chelsea hotels, so we decided to buy.
Freaking awesome. I saw that. It said Hotel Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah, so we hand cut them and wood burn them.
Yeah, don't waste, right?
Yeah, there's just like a nice little thing.
And you've been doing custom guitars now for 13 years?
Almost 13, yeah. Yeah, Rick's been doing it since 1968.
So he said he's been in this shop for like 40 some years.
1990.
Oh yeah, 35 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was 10. And then you'll burn that.
Yeah, I used to hand trace everything like multiple times to get whatever I wanted to on the guitar. And then when I met Johnny, he figured out instead of having to hand trace everything 80 times before we start burning, we can just get like a basic outline on here this way.
And you're just using acetone, right?
Yeah. And it's always kind of rough and stuff, so yeah. Did you sand this with the other, or you left it raw? Well, that's okay though. You can work with it, right? Yeah. See.
Yeah. So
they always come out kind of rough and basic, but then, we kind of do a lot by eye and everything. I do all my work that way pretty much now.
Well, that way, and I think that's really neat that you're doing it that way anyway, because it makes it more one of a kind. I mean, they're all different.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've never done any of the artwork the same, no matter.
Yeah.
For any of my builds.
Well, I have lots of tattoos, and I like when I give freedom to my tattoo artists. I'm like, dude, listen, here's what I want, but I want you to create and design because I think you're the artist. I'm not.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I worked with some tattoo guys for a while. But people compare the wood burning to tattoos a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And you just finished number 100?
No, that was a while ago.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. I think we're on like 120 something.
Oh, so you've done a lot since then. That was over half a year ago almost.
Yeah, I finished that guitar last year, but I sold it recently though.
It wasn't a custom necessarily. It was one that was...
It was one that we just wanted to make.
That's really neat.
Yeah, we'll do a shop guitar. Johnny and I will do a shop guitar together every like few months or so. But everything else is mostly custom word or custom pick guards or whatever it is.
And he said you guys are working on some collaboration stuff too.
Yeah, we're working. Well, what do you mean collaborations of what?
Like music stuff that you guys are doing.
Oh yeah, we're starting that kind of thing now too at home, which is nice. Keep going with this. slow process.
I can see why these take a week to make.
Yeah. Yeah, the few that I just finished up that are out front, they took a long time because of all the wood burning. And even the purple one, all the hand painting on that one, that was a lot too.
Do you have a favorite design that you like to do?
The
No, I mean,
show him your red Jag was his brother's favorite guitar.
oh, he was telling me before the offset. Yeah. Yeah. Doing an offset would be great.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah, I like more of like the offset sort of stuff, and I also really like this sort of old school Japanese kind of crazy builds. I got a bunch of Kents at home, which started with Rick because he gave me a Kent when I first started here. That was kind of missing some parts, and Rick said, "Oh, if you can put this thing back together and make the plates for it and everything, you can have it."
Oh, that's really neat.
So Johnny and I have like 5 Kents at home now.
Well, you said you get a lot of orders, like people from Japan's become very popular there as well.
I've sent, I've sent 2 guitars
Right,
to
right.
Japan. I've sent three to Australia. We send guitars. We send them all over the place. Just depends.
That's amazing how detailed that is.
Yeah, I gotta open up the slab a little bit more still here.
How do people typically get in touch with you or get a hold of you or find you?
All different ways. I mean, I try to keep up with my social media stuff, but it's just me doing it, and I really don't. It's kind of hard. So I usually, for inquiries about builds, I send people to my website, and I have a request tab there that people can look at, because otherwise it just gets too crazy. It kind of keeps everything more organized for me that way. Or people call the shop. That's another way, which is kind of easy as long as it's not busy here.
Yeah, the phone's probably rang 6 or 7 times since I got here.
Yeah.
I've been here an hour.
Sorry.
I'm in your way.
I don't know what kind of shot you're going to get with my head facing that way, but I can't really do this any other way.
You get all the boxes too, huh?
We didn't, we got all the ones that were here and those things that you cut, but I didn't take any of the other ones, which I think we should take some home, don't you, Johnny?
Yeah, you up with that and we'll take these too, Johnny, but you can use these. Oh yeah, you put a box way up in there.
You notice a sound difference? Like, see how thick this one is compared to another one? Does it make a warmer sound or does it make any difference?
I leave the wood on there. It's not that much thicker, and I usually like this one. If you look at it, French the neck plate in.
Oh yeah.
So it's got a little bit more. We use longer screws for it, but it's actually, they're standardly like 1 3/4, and I mean our pieces are so thick sometimes. I mean the more wood is just gonna add to the tone with this old stuff, and it doesn't add much to weight because it's so light to
It's fine anyway.
so
Fine's
you
very
don't
light.
really need to worry about anything with it. There's more kind of like, why waste it if you don't have to.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, and again, these are so light compared. Like, I get some people commenting online on some of my just pictures of stuff without knowing any of the specs, and they go, that thing looks like it's like 15, 20 pounds, and it's not. They're usually, even for like offsets with a lot of metal and stuff, they're 7 pounds, maybe 9 pounds for like my number 100 came in at about 9 pounds something, which is not that bad for that big a body and all the hardware and pickups and extras on it. Brass inlays, brass logo.
I do love your logo, by the way. A good signature is important. I still think it's really neat how much detail you're going into just for that piece.
Yeah, well, you kind of have to. A lot of them. Actually,
So you said you had the Weather Channel, NBC, CBS here, the movie that was done.
yeah.
Hundreds of other things.
Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff here. There's always something going on.
Videos. We had a Viagra commercial done here. We had
A Viagra commercial?
I haven't seen that still. I want to see the Viagra.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, the place. They just like the place. You can stand in.
Figure it's because of the wood.
You look, if you ever see it, it'll have that little arc thing. And he's sitting right here.
Oh, so it's just the location and the look.
Location a lot of times is all they want. They want a guitar shop. You know, there's one out now. There's some horrible commercial out, skin irritation or something. And this guy is a guitar maker, supposedly, and you could tell it's all fake, right? You know, he's sanding the guitar, he's finishing, and he's itching himself.
And it was here?
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Commercials like that all the time. Locations like this. Yeah, what was the email? We had that fan, that video of that band.
What band?
Boys, something bad.
Boys, something bad?
Yeah, it was a video. I think it was before you were here.
Oh, they did like a music video here?
They did a music. They did a couple of them. That was one of them.
Oh my God, they did a music video in the shop?
Yeah.
I don't remember you telling me about that. You got to figure out what that is.
I remember it.
Seriously.
So when you do, can you please?
I would love.
Can you remember
to
just
see that,
Miss?
'cause you didn't even have the cases out front or anything at that point.
This was a long time ago. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta find it. It's gotta be on YouTube.
Yeah, it probably is. It was like when video was first being done and all, it was in the 90s.
Oh, so it was a long time ago.
James Taylor did his thing here.
What did James Taylor do here?
We did a video for his new album that was coming out.
No shit.
Filmed here. Keith Richards' new book was filmed here. Look at that Sunday Morning on it. You can look it up. Sunday Morning with Keith Richards and Carmine.
Oh yeah, it says Keith exclamation point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on YouTube.
So, Johnny, are you making guitars as well? Yeah. Learning a little bit? Yeah. I mean, it's all a process, right? I wish this was today's price list. Morrison, you want to tell us how you found out about this place?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was just on TikTok and it popped up. I saw it, the video where she was like, "Do you know the password?" And I figured if I'm gonna be in New York for a little bit, maybe you could come check it out.
Yes, and you came from here from Houston?
Well, actually, I came technically from Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
That's where I was fortunate enough to get stationed there.
Okay, so what are you doing now after high school?
I'm in the Coast Guard now.
Okay, cool. But your brother loves guitars?
Yeah, just
Okay, cool. But this is a great shop, isn't it?
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Just the craftsmanship of it. So,
It's really cool to see things that are still well made.
oh yes, especially where everyone wants it fast and easy. And it's a lot of the skills are being lost.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad I got to meet you today.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's really neat how you were saying like the whole city's literally made out of old growth. And that's so basically all the wood you get from these apartments is typically very similar, like white pine.
It's all the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the same trees. Every building's framed at it. They all look like that black and standing up right there.
Yeah.
And they're usually the width of the whole building. This building is this wide. Underneath this tin ceiling, you'll see one of those every 16 inches. all the way across.
That's amazing.
And if you think about a building like across the street, that's, like 7 stories. That's every floor, it's just so many trees in this city, so many, so much wood.
Well, when you look at like old pictures of maps from like the 1700s of here, it's literally just a forest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 1610.
1610, yeah, 1600.
So look at a picture of what it looked like. I saw that first on Instagram, and I went, holy shit! Somebody had, reproduced a photo, and it was just a little campfire smoke coming out, and it was all green. The whole Manhattan Island, everything around it was green. There was nobody here but Indians. And it wasn't that long ago,
I mean, you realize that's 400 years ago.
Yeah,
It's not that long ago, in the grand scheme of.
how 4 billion years this planet, that's nothing.
It's crazy because
A walk in the park.
Yeah, they say if you look at like a timeline, if you said from the time the universe or the Earth was created, it's the last 50 seconds of a year. It's like 11:59 on New Year's Eve, and and that's what time it is. That's where we are, where mankind starts.
The dinosaurs ruled the planet for 150 million years. We haven't even been here as Homo sapiens.
I know. And it's funny, they say like some of the dinosaurs were so far apart from each other, it's further than we are from the dinosaurs. Like when one dinosaur,
150 million years they roamed this planet. That's blows my mind to think, how long you are alive and what you get to see and on. For 150 million years, there were no people here, man. There were nothing but dinosaurs here.
Yeah, we're
reptiles.
Yeah, we're just a blink.
Just a blink. Yep.
That's why I said like
time. And the pine trees are actually the oldest species of tree is pine. And they're ancient. They're prehistoric, so pine trees. There's actually a group of pines in Australia that are some from the original pines that ever existed. They're still there. And,
there's a known oldest tree in the world right now too.
Oh yeah,
it's over 2,000 years old.
Oh no, the ones in California are the oldest, and they're over 5,000.
Oh, the redwoods, yeah.
Even older than those is one called the bristlecone pine.
That's the one. Yes, that's the one I was talking about.
They're like in a desert in California where you just get moisture in the morning, and that's what keeps them alive. And it's so dry there, and the trees are so gnarly that you live for 5,000 years, and then when they finally die, they stand for another 5,000 years before they
fall over.
Because there's just nothing to rot them it's just they just live forever, and they're really cool looking. They're really gnarly. And the creosote bush is another one that's around 5,000 years, but the sequoias live about 2 to 4, I think, sometimes up to 5.
Yeah, my wife's from California, so she tells me, she's like, first off, I live in Pennsylvania, so we have these little teeny mountains. She's like, that's not a mountain, John. She's like, that's not a mountain. And we have a thing called the Sterrett's Gap where I live. It's like a little thing that goes over the mountain. It's 930 feet. So I'll joke with her. I'll be like, you think we can get through the pass today? She's like, you're so stupid. Yeah, that's cool.